Now, in this video, we'll be addressing skill development, but this will be our second topic because we do have our first topic. Now, in this second topic, we'll be talking about actions that are regarded as non-compliance.
I'm afraid this is non-compliance
To Skill Development Act. Now, when we talk about non-compliance, it's when we are doing something that is illegal, something that is unlawful, that is not accepted by law. Now, the first point under the actions that are regarded as non-compliance:
preventing qualified employees from gaining access to training opportunities and learnerships. That is regarded as non-compliance. The second point is preventing employees access to learnership based on any discriminatory grounds such as pregnancy, age, position, language, gender, sexual orientation, culture, or religion. According to the Skills Development Act, that's regarded as non-compliance.
Our third point is promoting skills development unfairly. For example, when you are benefiting certain employees based on other ones, it could be because of based on I like women, therefore you are developing the skills of women, and then you are not developing the skills of, therefore you are doing non-compliance. Then the other point is when you are falsifying the information in your document when you are submitting the document to SARS, therefore you will be categorized as non-compliance because you are giving false information. Now, the other point that we'll be talking about when you are providing employment service for gaining without being registered as an employer. Now, when as the employer, you are not registered, you are providing employment and you are not registered. Therefore, if you are not registered, you can't pay that 1% that is expected to SETA, but you will be benefiting from the service that is provided by those people. Therefore, that is illegal. That's why we call it non-compliance. Our last point, it will be providing incorrect information to your employees so that you mislead your employees, so that they are not following or they are not trained, those employees. Therefore, those are the actions that are regarded as illegal action based on Skill Development Act. We are now going to talk about the penalties or the consequences of not doing a correct thing. We call them penalties for non-compliance. And then we've got 5 points under that. Our first point, what will be the consequences of not complying? The business that do not comply, they are going to get a compliance order from court. The court will give those businesses who did not conduct themselves correctly according to skill development compliance order. The second point, the business who neglect to comply with skill development, they are going to get fines.
Slapping you with a fine for a parking violation for non-compliance with orders. For
not complying, depending on the weight of that illegal conduct that they've done. Therefore, they are going to get fined. The third point is that the business who did not pay the skill development levy, therefore they are not going to qualify to train their employees because they did not pay that 1% that is needed, so they cannot train their employees because they did not pay that. The fourth point is that the labor inspector may stop the operation of that business. Maybe in that business you are building, or in that business, what is it that you are doing? They are going to stop your operations because you are not complying. You are doing an illegal act. So they are going to stop your operations. Now, our last point in skill development non-compliance is that the business operating license may be revoked or may be stopped or may be cancelled. So the business cannot do daily operations. That is the last point under non-compliance for Skill Development Act. Now we'll be talking about the ways in which a business can comply. Now what you must always remember is that Non-compliance is an opposite of complying. Now, to comply, it's when you have done correct. It's when you have done what is accepted by law according to Skill Development Act. Now, our first point there is that they need to provide opportunities for all employees, regardless of what, regardless of age, skin, pregnancy, whatever. All employees, they need to have that opportunity. Our second point, one need to assess the skills of employees to determine their needs. You need to assess how skillful are your employees so that you'll provide the necessary skill that is needed. The third point, you need to promote and encourage your employees to participate in this learning program as an employer.
Encouragements.
The employers who collect a pay-as-you-earn is tax. If you collect that, therefore, you need to register with SETA. The other point is that being an employer, you are expected to pay 1% of the payroll of your employees, salary payroll of your employees. For example, if you've got 10 employees, then we are paying those employees 1 million. You're supposed to take 1% of that 1 million and you're going to pay it to SETA. Therefore, you are regarded as a complying employer when you do that, according to Skill Development Act. Now, our last point under compliance of Skill Development Act is that the employer supposed to submit a workplace skills plan and provide an evidence that that plan was implemented. That will be our last point under compliance under Skill Development Act. Very much, learners, for attending or for listening to this video. I would appreciate a lot if you could subscribe to this and listen to other videos that we will be enjoying next time.